thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you want to know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win. Come on in and have some fun, whether we have lost or we have won. For all things Miami, it's Dolphins Thursday.
Good morning. Happy Fins-tastic Friday to all you Miami Dolphin fans out there, as our Miami Dolphins are going to be playing on Monday night. So we got a couple extra an extra day that we have to wait to see our Miami Dolphins play again. So it should be interesting heading into Monday night as our Dolphins sit atop the AFC East. We will see what happens in the Buffalo game as they visit Kansas City on Sunday, what the results, pending those results, pending the Dolphins winning, we could wrap up the AFC East by the Jets game if we go and beat the Jets here in Miami. So that would be a good thing. We're getting so close. We can feel it. And it's a good thing. It's been way too long. Quick look at the AFC standings will show our Miami Dolphins are the number one seed. As Mike McDaniel said, number one seed at this time is not the goal. The goal is a lot bigger than that. And I think we can all agree on that as Dolphin fans that our goal is a lot bigger than just being the number one seed as we sit here in early December. We want to be the number one seed at the end of the regular season, and we want to be the number one AFC seed at the end of the playoffs, hitting to Las Vegas, baby. That's what we want. And I will bring up some standings here for all you guys here in a second. But basically, I will go more into detail since there's like a delay on when the Dolphins play. I actually do my Monday morning show when we can really hammer out the final pregame stuff of that game. But basically, the Titans in general, they come in here. They're not having a great season. They got a rookie quarterback. They come in at 4-8 to face the 9-3 Miami Dolphins on prime time in our stadium. It should not be that big of a contest. The Dolphins should be able to win this. And like I said, pending the Kansas City result against Buffalo, we could very well be having the AFC East, in our midst in the very near future for our Miami Dolphins. So that would be an awesome thing indeed. Hey, Shake Money, big fins up to you, Shake. Thank you for coming in, guys. Make sure you check them out on the Fins tailgate. Always good content over there. Hey, Dolphin Don, big fins up to you as well. Happy you're in here. I may drop the link here again in a couple minutes if you guys want to join. Don't know if you guys saw like the latest NFL's players. They do it in secret, but they vote for the head coaches that they would most like to play for. Our Mike McDaniel ranked very highly, not number one, but about in the next best spot. If he can't be number one in the players poll, and it's pretty cool. Hey, Timothy, big fins up to you too. So they did a poll, and of all the players polled, Mike McDaniel came in as the second most liked coach that they would want to play for if they were given the opportunity. So I thought that was cool. I will pop up the poll here in a minute on the numbers that they came up. Let me see. I don't know if you guys know who number one is. He seems to always rank number one on these polls by the players. Here we go. Here we go. I will show you. This is the list. Mike Tomlin came in of the Pittsburgh Steelers at number one. Mike McDaniel came in. So the Mikes are quite popular this year. Andy Reid came in at number 3. And Dan Campbell, a former Dolphins interim coach and coach on the Dolphins staff back in the day, comes in at number 4. He makes sense. I can see why players would want to play for him. He's always fired up on the sideline and stuff, and seems like a positive dude. And our Mike McDaniel come in at number 2, just behind Mike Tomlin. So I thought that was pretty good stuff on that. Of course, I would rank Mike McDaniel number 1, but of course, I'm a little bit biased. So there you go. Yeah, it's a good list, man. Yeah. Uh, that's funny. Adam Gase. Yeah, maybe on a high school somewhere now. I laugh, but he's sitting there in the money, man, from 2 teams that paid him to be a head coach. How much I suck that bad that I could be paid by 2 NFL teams to sit there rolling in the money. But he still was not a very good coach. His bank account may say otherwise, but yes, I don't think he would be ranking very high in the players poll. I don't think Brian Flores, if he was up on the list, would be ranking very high with all the stuff that comes out all the time on him. Hey, Ray Finkel, big fence up to you. Timothy, why do you think is an unsung player on team? I'm going to Son Elliott. Yes, that is a good name. When he was out for the Buffalo, we felt that very good. I think he is a good name. Couple of years. I mean, last season I would have said Zach Sealer, but he is no longer an unsung hero. He's getting his credit. He's getting his due. So I would have said him, but now he's doing it. And there's a couple. I think. I mean, Butch Berry, the offensive line coach, he's kind of unsung. He's gotten this unit going well on that side. But yes, that's a very good name. Sean Elliott may be hard to top there. He has he hardly you never even hear his name mentioned. He's out there playing, and we, that's a good one, sir. That's very good. I like that one, man. That was a good question off the bat. Got me for a loop. Like Deshaun Elliott, David Long has played well. We got some guys out there that's doing their thing that may not get all the credit, and that's a good one though. Deshaun Elliott, we did when he didn't play in Buffalo. That was like one of our worst defensive performances of the year. Granted, it was just still getting going on getting used to Fangio. We didn't have Ramsey that game, but yes, Deshaun Elliott sat out that game, and it showed. And it was not a very pretty game, as we know. And that was a good one, man. Good one, Timothy. So at least it's cool, man. It shows. I kind of like that poll. Does it really mean anything at the end of the day? No. But what it is show is if maybe right now the Dolphins would be tight against the cap in the future. But in the future, like if you're going after a free agent and the money's kind of the same, people may go to the coach that they want to go to. Obviously, they're always going to go for the green. But if it's close and they're saying, man, this is close, what's my deciding factor? Hey, they may want to come play for Mike McDaniel. So that's a good thing. So that's always good to have. You guys. Um, Off and on. He's on a roll this morning with his humor. I love it. So, guys, let me see. I'm going to drop a link because, like I said, normally this is when I do like my prediction for the weekend for the Dolphins and like what we expect and all of that. But lo and behold, we got Monday Night Football. So, really, this is my whole plan was to just open up to people on the panel and we have some fun talking about the Miami Dolphins because no need to look ahead too soon because then what am I going to talk about Monday if we kill everything today? So we're just going to talk about random facts of the Dolphins and predictions. Maybe we can go over the schedule and we can do what teams can't do, but we can look ahead and run down our next opponents on what we think in each and one of those every games. So that will be fun. But as far as breaking down Tennessee, we'll do that Monday morning because that's when we play. It'll be a lot more relevant. We know a lot more like who's trending to play and all of that kind of stuff. So much better. Hey, that's awesome, Ray Finkel. In Monday to go to the game, and I'm pretty dang excited. And Ray Finkel, here comes dad joke. Get ready. I hope your arms aren't too tired when you've done flying in. I had to say it because that's something My grandpa used to say. So I had to say it. But that's a that is a good one. Hey, I'm not going to the Monday night game, but I will be at the Jets game. Wow. You can do it, Dolphin. Get down here, man. We will see. We will. It is fun, man. Like I said, I'll be at the Jets game. It's going to be fun. I've been at a lot of the games this year. I'm getting old before my time. I don't even like going to the Monday night games, man. By the time it's over and you get out of the traffic and you get home, man, I'm dog tired and I got to wake up early the next morning. And I'm like, oh, forget it. It's a lot easier just walking from the couch to the bed and flopping down and going to bed right after the game and driving home in traffic and coming down the ramp and stuff. So I admit, I just don't feel like doing that this Monday, but that's awesome. So it'd be a fun game. It's always a little extra excitement on night games. Always that a little more magical, a little more, um, like I said, energy in the air. And hopefully, though, the Dolphins just put a stomping on Titans on Monday Night Football. I was going to say national TV, but it's like double header. It's still national TV, but it's there's two games going on out there, and we will see how that goes as far as what game gets the better ratings. I know, I guess the Packers are the other game, and they're like getting the main announcers from the normal Monday night crew. We're getting the backup crew, but hey, it's okay. I take it. Still Monday night football. Still our Miami Dolphins sitting atop the AFC in control of our own destiny. I'm not going to complain about those little things. Let's see. Yeah, that's a good game for me. I've had better memories. Timothy watching it. Yes, the Miami Miracle was fun, but it just turned out to be kind of meh after the fact because we didn't go on and do anything after that fact, and New England went on to win it all. And but it still was fun. It was like a great time to be there, exciting. It's like, oh my god, I can't just watch what I witnessed. So you're right. My still favorite all-time Miami Dolphin regular season moment was Miami way back in 1985. I hate to date myself, but way back in 1985, I was at the Orange Bowl when the Miami Dolphins beat the Chicago Bears to end Chicago's undefeated season. If Chicago had not had the Miami Dolphins on the schedule that year, we would be talking about there being two perfect teams in NFL history instead of only our 1972 Miami Dolphins. So that was a great moment. I was in that Orange Bowl that night, and that's my greatest Dolphin moment as far as being there for a regular season game. It was super duper, man. It was so much fun. But that's another good one, though. Hey, Dolphin Don, to
Good
you.
good morning. How's it going, bro?
Good. Thank you, man. Because, like I said, I don't even have much of a script for today's show. I was just like, you know what? No need to break down the Titans because I roll Monday morning. If we break them down wholeheartedly today, hey, well, what the heck am I going to do Monday morning? So today was doing what you just helped me do. I just wanted it to kind of be a panel show. So thank you for coming in.
Man, I watched your show yesterday. You had some great guests on yesterday. I got some big shoes to fill here.
Nah, man. You always bring it. You're always one of the great ones to have. It's always fun to have you in here. So you've
I
never been
got you.
to a Dolphin home game?
I've never been to an NFL game. I grew up in North Carolina. Well, I was a military brat until then, but the team I could have rooted for the Redskins. Back then they were called the Redskins,
Right.
and or the Falcons. And I didn't like either one of them. And the Dolphins were there, I was like, hey, that's the team right there, and that kind of stuck, man. Now a dog can't change his stripes. I'm
Yeah.
a I'm a Dolphins fan. So one day I'm gonna go down there. My wife is actually she's from Pennsylvania. She's converted to a Dolphins fan.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so
It,
we decided we're gonna go down for a game.
yeah, you definitely got to do it one year. It's a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. It's also nice watching on nice high definition TVs these days and sitting there. But once in a while, you just kind of get to the stadium and get the feel of the fans, and it's really cool. And especially if they happen to win the game that you're at, makes it that much better. So
Yes, it's on my
it
bucket
makes
list,
I
man.
have to admit, hey
Yeah.
Scotty. I mean, hey G man, good morning to you. And of course, hey Scotty. Let's see. Don just made me sad. He's never been to a football game. Don't worry, he's going to end that streak next year. This year is kind of late, but next year he can get there.
Definitely, definitely, man. Yep.
Haha, G man. He's always our little guy that's a little down on us, but he's saying, yes, let's stay positive and upbeat. Yes, G man, please take your own heed, your own advice. But it's all good. Like I say, never tell anyone how to fan. And I understand some skepticism, um, Don, because I've seen it before too. I've seen our teams give us that false hope and then only to pull the carpet from under us. And, it's another ugly end to the Dolphins season. So I understand. But man, it's hard not to enjoy this team and seeing the chemistry this team has together, Don.
Big time, big time. And we saw it kind of last night with the Steelers losing to the lowly Pats. Um, it kind of gave me thought. I was like, okay, so I took a look at the Tennessee, and they've actually beaten the Ravens. So
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, Tennessee. I mean, I know. I didn't look at all their schedule, but yeah, they historically they've always been a good team ever under Weber. Um, but
yeah,
this year, yeah, they're because they've always been known to be a tough, gritty football team, but their defense isn't that great this year. So that's where I think we get the better matchup. But yeah, isn't that Ravens? Who else did the Ravens? Like the Colts? Yeah, Indianapolis beat the Ravens too. So you never know in this league. I mean, not that Indianapolis is bad; they actually are in the playoffs picture.
okay, I actually had it
But
wrong. I'm sorry, bud. They beat the Chargers.
oh,
They've just lost to the Ravens, so I stand corrected there. I need more coffee here.
yeah.
So
Oh man. So G Man says, "Yeah, no, hey, don't worry, don't." My skepticism doesn't have anything to do with past history. It's the fact that this year's team hasn't beaten a winning.
ah ah
Yeah,
stop it, G man. Because
yeah. I do believe that yes, it's true we haven't beaten a winning team, but we got Dallas coming up in the next couple of weeks. But before we get there, the team has to worry about the Titans and the Jets. But we as fans, we had the luxury to look forward. And on Christmas Eve, the Dallas Cowboys visit Miami Gardens at Hard Rock Stadium. And that would be our chance to squash the narrative that we haven't beat a team with a winning record. And then if we don't do it that week, we got the next week to go up to the Ravens and take on them. And then who knows what Buffalo's record is going to be by the time we played on that last, because they're bordering on the 500 record right there of all seasons where they've been hovering around. So we don't know exactly where they're going to be at, but we have that chance to end the narrative before the playoffs. But in the playoffs is where it really only matters. Is that's at the end of the day when you got to win in the playoffs. I mean, it is. I mean, I can see where G Man's coming from, Don. Yes, it's a
yeah,
concerning. We haven't beat the three teams that we played that had winning records at the time. Yes, but we can't dwell on it, and we just got to move forward. And the Dolphins have to find a way to end that narrative, Don.
yeah. Well, as soon as we beat one of those teams, and I'm fully expecting it to be the next team, to probably Dallas. Uh, I'm going to go out in the backyard and I'm going to dig a hole and I'm going to bury that narrative.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, that's it. That's it. We definitely got to bury that narrative, and I understand where G Man comes from on that. I mean, it's true. We
I've been there.
struggled. The Kansas City game was the one game that really just sticks with me because you just felt like the Eagles game. You just felt like, I mean, we played okay, and I never blamed the referees because we just never got our really mojo going in that game. The Buffalo game, we really stunk the place up. That's just going to happen from time to time. But that game against Kansas City over in Germany, I just felt like we came out flat for whatever reason, and it's just like that's the game that disappointed me because that was a game I think we could have won and probably should have won, and we just let it slip away.
We've come up flat in a lot of games this year, like even Carolina, where we were lucky enough to, well, actually good enough to come back and actually put the stomp on them. But
Right,
it happened the same in Buffalo. It happened the same in Philly. It happened the same at KC. We just came out slow, lethargic, not
right,
fired up like we should be.
right. And against those better teams, it just dooms you. You can overcome it sometimes when you're the better team. But when you're playing a team of similar talent, it's a lot harder to overcome.
Yeah, yeah, and that's one thing that definitely changed last week against Washington. We came out, took control, and that was that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Hey, hey, everyone. We got Banana. I always want to mess up the name, Banana. And thank you guys and Jay for sneaking in here, man. So thank you guys. No, but like we were saying, we're 9-3, number one seed. So hey, we've done for the most part what we have to do. We had to do, and that's a mark of a good team. We haven't had hiccups against a bad team because a hiccup against a bad team would mean we're not the number one seed right now. So we're doing what we have to do. Now we got to go out there and prove that we belong with the big boys, beat some teams with winning records, and mainly do it in the playoffs because that's when it really all matters. That's when the only wins against who you matter wins. It matters because you either one and done or you move on, Don. So that's where we need to get rid of the narrative for sure.
For sure.
And
Hey Jay, that's Jason. That's a good bare naked ladies reference there, brother. Lying in bed.
well, what who said what? I missed it.
Oh, Jason said he's lying in bed like just like Brian Wilson.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's a bare naked ladies song. Pro-
Oh yeah.
Probably
Oh,
dating
okay.
myself there too.
Yeah, Jordan. Yeah, that's cool.
Jordan. Oh
Yeah.
God.
I
Oh
know. Hey, I remember just because he was in the show one day, it was Jordan.
yeah,
But
yeah.
so as far as though Tennessee coming into town, they're coming in at 4-8. Their defense is not ranked that high. I mean, they're not a very good team. So there is no reason that our Dolphins should not put. I saw some of the people's scores predictions in the last show on that Miss Finns was running. So it looks like we're almost all on the same page. We all think that this Dolphins team is going to be a team that handles Tennessee without that much issue. But that's what worries me sometimes because you just hope the players. But I don't think that's where I said they've been good this year of not having that mentality, thinking, "Oh, we got this game. Let's worry about who we got next." I think they're going to be Brady. It's going to be prime time. They haven't looked the greatest on prime times, so I think this would be the time that they're going to want to show the nation that hey, we can be good on prime time and play when the lights are on. Don.
hmm Well, I think it's a good chance for Tua to get his name out there. But we're talking about big quarterbacks here. Can we talk about KC and Buffalo a little bit?
Yeah,
Because I
of
feel
course.
like
Yeah, that's
that
going to
was
be.
yeah.
Yeah. It's very interesting. Where do you lean on who you want to win? I waver every day. If you ask me tomorrow, I'll probably give you a different answer than I have today. So
Yeah. Well, I I don't know who I want to win, but I'm leaning Buffalo has probably got the motivation to win this more than KC.
yeah,
So,
I do think that, and then I also think that they're coming off a bye week. They've had all this time to prepare, watch all their film that they've played in recent times against Kansas City.
hmm
Brady. Kansas City is coming off a loss in Green Bay. You could say that can motivate them since they're coming off a loss and they don't want to lose two games in a row. Or you could say Buffalo really needs this because they're playing for their playoff lives, basically. If they don't win this game, they're almost out of the playoff picture. So I
yeah.
think Buffalo definitely has a little more motivation coming into the game because Kansas City probably feels like, yes, we would love to be the number one seed again, but they probably feel like they got the talent that they can travel on the road in the playoffs and get victories if they have to. So because they're basically playing for the seeding since they got their division more or less, lined up for it. The stars are aligning for them to win that division again.
Oh
So,
yeah, yeah.
because they're 8-4 and the Broncos are 6-6. So and then so I think they got to get a little motivated maybe because they don't want the Broncos catch being right one game behind them. But I'm with you. I think Buffalo's playing for their playoff lives at this point, and I'm leaning slightly that I think Buffalo will win. And as far as who I want to win, that's where I keep on. Do I just want the final demise of Buffalo and eliminate them once and for all? Or do I want a little buffer between the seeding between us and Kansas City, since Kansas City has a tiebreaker with us? We can't finish tied with them for the
Right.
number one seeding.
And I guess for me, as part of that, probably would lean towards Buffalo just to beat Kansas City. because I really don't think Buffalo's got it in them to. I know there's probably Buffalo fans out there going to be ticked off at me right now, but what they're being asked to do is pretty tough.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of Buffalo, I'm finally happy. There's some silly coaching controversy or something coming out of a front office or something that's not
Mhm.
circling around the Miami Dolphins. Normally, when you hear like, "Oh, some coach said something stupid," with McDaniel, we're pretty safe. But in years past, they're like, "Oh, please don't be Miami." And then you hear him, it's like Buffalo's coach said some stupid stuff. But it was way back in 2019. But for some reason, it made the light of day this yesterday, and it kind of did you see that, Don?
No, huh? What happened?
He somehow compared, I guess, he told the 2019 Buffalo Bills um that they have to come together and they have to rally together like the 9/11 terrorists, that they organize a plan to bring down towers and to
Wow.
organize attacks against the United States, that they have to come together like that, and he used that as his example. So
Oh,
yeah, I know exactly, and it made the Browns, and it's not made up internet stuff. Came from Adam Schefter, the coach. I guess he admitted it and he said it, but he said he knew it was stupid the minute he said it, and he apologized.
yeah.
Never got made the light of day, but for how how the world is, some disgruntled guy somewhere finally probably wanted it leaked out. I don't know how it got leaked out, but it got leaked out, and so he was getting a lot of heat for those comments. So, like I said, it's finally crazy for another team to have some controversy around it.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Let me. I see there's some talk in the chat about there about the don't we want the Bills out of the playoffs?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, talk on. I'm gonna get something from my buddy that just came in the chat.
All right. So my thought process on that is we just played the Commanders, right? And Hal was kind of like Josh Allen light. Him and McLaurin, to me, that's Josh Allen light because he's very athletic. He runs the ball, got a strong arm, and I feel like Fangio has got that wrapped up. So the next time we see Buffalo, I got a good feeling it's not going to go anything at all like it went the last time we met Buffalo, and there might be some get back going on too. That's truly what I feel.
Yeah,
So
no, I feel that too, man. I just feel that it we will get back to beating the Buffalo Bills, because last year we matched up pretty well against them in all the games. Unfortunately, we came out on the short end of the stick 2 out of the 3, but all of them was within our grasp. One we won, the other two was within our grasp of winning. We just couldn't get over our own selves. And then this year, to their credit, they blew us out of the water. That's going to happen from time to time. We just didn't look ready for that game. That's on us. We took the L, but that's a different team than what we are right now. So
it was the
I
first start for Eichenberg at center too. So I mean,
yep,
he was
yep,
going up. Yeah,
yeah,
he had a terrible matchup there.
yeah. Here he just I got this AJ Dewey from Justin of Digging in the Trenches here. It's a throwback, and I will be rocking it late. I was going to be rocking it on camera, but nothing really comes out that well. How I have
Ah,
my camera position, but this is like, that's why it's right next to me, because I'm going out to lunch today, and this is what I'll be wearing when I go out to lunch today. So it is awesome. It's an AJ Dewey throwback. That's my first favorite AJ. I mean, AJ Dewey's my first favorite Dolphin player ever. So
yeah,
it's
remember how they
awesome.
did the stand? The stands go Dewey.
Yeah. No, they did, man, and it's just fantastic, man. He would, like I said, whenever this is your first favorite player, it's just your first favorite player forever. So that's why I had to get the AJ Dewey, and Justin in the trenches was able to get that order for me. So thank you, Justin, and don't worry, I will be rocking it. So with pride, out and about where it really matters, where all the eyeballs of South Florida will be seeing it here in a little while. So
We need to
that's
get that to Good Morning Football. That's a not New Jersey right there.
yeah, I know. You're right. That would definitely do it, man. It's a beautiful jersey, man. Um, it was super duper, man, that game. But anyway, he had 3 interceptions in the 1982 AFC Championship game. So that was forever. That's why his mark. He probably gets tired of talking at me because that's probably about every game ever. Everyone that comes up to him probably talks about, oh, remember in 1982 when you had like his whole other career didn't even matter, because but when you
Yeah.
have 3 interceptions in an AFC Championship game, hey, that's a pretty good game to be remembered for.
Yeah, that's almost record breaking material.
Yeah, and the one was a pick six.
Dang God, man. See, that's the Dolphins we're getting back to, man, and I love it.
Yeah. And yes, we like Austin Jackson getting his money. I think it's a fair deal from both the team and the player. He's earned it. And I know that was like some shade probably from that Brian Flores from Tua yesterday when he was talking about how happy he is for, Austin Jackson because he goes, we were in this together because he both got drafted the same year. And then he goes, you start hearing about how you're not any good and, you may not belong in this league and you start doubting yourself. Then he goes, he never said the name Brian Flores, but then he
Mm-mm.
said, oh, Mike McDaniel come in and he coached us up and you start feeling good about yourself and you start, so I'm like, whoa, that's a little shade thrown. Without ever naming the name Brian Flores, he threw some shade at him for sure because he said Mike McDaniel changed the culture and we all are positive and all this. So and we all believe in ourselves now. And so I was like, whoa, a little shade without really naming the name by name. So that was pretty cool.
Well, he didn't really need to because that coaches list you put up earlier. There was one prominent name that's definitely not on that list of coaches they want to play for.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Here, guys, in case you're wondering, the players did their annual little poll. That's done in without a secretive poll. But when the players, what coaches that they would love to play for, it was Mike Tomlin came in number one, Mike McDaniel came in at number two, Andy Reid came in at number three, and Dan the man Campbell, former Dolphin interim head coach and assistant coach for our Finns back in the day. He came in at number four. Those are the top guys that people would like to play for, which is kind of cool. Means nothing at the end of the day, but it is kind of cool showing that, we went out and got McDaniel, which is a unique hire because no one else even had him on their hiring list. We're the only one that hired him during that hiring, interviewed him during the hiring cycle. So I just thought that was awesome.
Definitely, man. Definitely. And
Yeah,
I
I know
want
a lot of people wanted to keep Dan Campbell back in the day, but
me
it's
included.
just, I
Me
think
included.
that's when we end up bringing in Joe Philbin instead. It's like,
Yeah.
another missed hiring. Hey, I got a thumbs up on Facebook. Thank you, someone on Facebook. Fins up to you if you want to comment. I love it. I love seeing the Facebook crowd sneak in here because it doesn't show in the audience that who's watching, but I can see thumbs up and I can see comments. So thank you so much. But I can't give big credit to you because I don't know who you are. That was awesome. Let's see, Andy Reid.
Yeah, I want
Oh,
to put a big
cheeseburger fries. That's funny. Jordan. What's that, Don?
I wanted to say a big thumbs up to you, man. Andy Reid with cheeseburger and fries. But no, thank you for your time, man. I mean, this is not easy doing what you do every single morning, being able to come in here and give us the info we need, also entertain us at the same time, man. It is not easy, and I commend you.
Yeah, no, thank you. And today, like I said, I really didn't do as much planning as other days because, like I said, why break down the Tennessee game when we have it Monday night? And I was saying, I said, what am I going to do Monday night? I go, you know what? I'm going to make it a panel show. I don't have as big as audience as other people, but the ones that do rock in here, you guys make it so much fun, and I can't complain. It's like you and I don't see Hooked Up Joe in here today, and Scotty. All you guys always come in here, man. You guys rock. So I'll give a big scout to the guys that aren't in here right now this morning. You guys all rock. You make it fun. You make it the reason I love to do this. Oh, Jay's coming in. Hey, Jordan.
Yo,
Jordan.
what's up?
Hey, Jordan. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what made me say Jason earlier. That was just a dummy.
No, I get that all the time, or Justin. I'm immune to it.
Well, yeah, I
If
was
I
Oh,
working
correct you,
with a guy
Justin, it's
from
because we do have another Justin in the room here, and I have a son named Justin. But
yeah.
but Jordan, I remembered this time, so that's cool.
But thank you for
no.
saving me on
So
that.
I was on the Tennessee website last night. I was actually
Right.
thinking of contemplating, even though I'm a Dolphin fan, of buying the Houston Oiler jerseys that they have.
Ooh,
I'm
yeah.
putting for my name Moon because I loved Warren Moon when I was really little.
Big time.
Uh, I just wanted to say, do you guys really think the NFL should have allowed Bud Adams, I believe it was, to hold the rights when they moved that team? Because I've read a lot of Houston Texans articles, and they want those jerseys. They're not allowed to wear them because Nashville or Tennessee, where they play in
I know.
Nashville, they hold the rights to those. Those are really nice jerseys.
Yeah, that they should have done what the Browns did and refused to let the name leave Cleveland when the Ravens, left and
Oh, our
whatever.
Modell, yeah.
You know, they wouldn't let them take the Browns name. That's what they should have done. But I guess at the time they didn't. I don't know. They didn't fight it or anything. But they did change the name. But yeah, they like you said, the throwbacks from
Those
them are only similar
throwbacks.
to our throwbacks.
Are we wearing throwbacks Monday? I know
No,
they're
not
wearing what.
Monday. We're against Dallas on Christmas Eve. We will wear the throwbacks.
Oh,
I know that
Yeah.
they're wearing their white jerseys. It said so. We'll be in aqua. They said.
Yeah, I did see that from the Tennessee. So everyone's assuming the Dolphins have to be in aqua because Tennessee announced they're wearing their white jersey. So the
Yeah,
Dolphins get to choose. Yeah.
yeah. Like that Washington game. Sorry, I just thought that was odd. I guess Washington, when you said they're not wearing their whites, I guess they've changed their whole culture about with the name, their uniforms. They used to always wear white at home. So
Yeah.
sorry about that, but Derrick Henry's playing, so hopefully Miami's defense is ready. He's gonna give him a headache, man. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Uh,
I most certainly hope he does, man. And like I was reading their defensive ranks are not that good. I went over them a little bit yesterday, but yeah, their defensive ranks is definitely we I see us, doing very well against them. Let me see overall. I'm bringing it up again right now. Their
I think
overall
Miami will win by at least 3 touchdowns. But the thing is, what freaks me out a little bit is the tackling against Washington. I mean, there was one play. Do you remember that where he like was it the running back or a wide receiver and some screen beat like 4 tacklers?
Yeah,
yeah.
I know
They had
that's
a
unfortunate
couple
reverse
plays.
play, and I know Chubb came out and said that he missed a couple plays he should have, and he was hard on himself. And he said on the Joe Rose show he needs to clean some stuff up. So at least I guess they're acknowledging it. But hey, when you still win that big, but yes, they definitely against these teams. If you get a Dallas guy down, you got to tackle him. Don't let if you get him in your grasp, you can't let him out of that grasp. You got to do more than arm tackle. You got
And
to
I get
wrap
worried
up.
about injuries a little with Henry because with those linebackers and stuff. Oh my God, man! Baker,
Yeah.
he's not injured all year. He's coming back. It's just probably another couple of weeks.
Yeah.
That was an
Hey,
ugly, ugly injury too. When I watched that, I'm surprised he's coming back so fast.
well, Jordan,
Uh,
Justin, this is his name's Justin that's in here. Digging the trenches, he has some of those Oiler jerseys. So
Oh, I love those. I love the Warren Moon. Yeah, he played in the Canadian Football League years ago.
yeah, no, he did, man. No, he came in and he was like, hey, back it up, Ben's podcast. Thank you for coming in. And guys, if you haven't done so already, nail that like button for me today. It helps the channel. But yeah, no, Warren Moon was a beast back in the day, man. He was fun to watch, even though he wasn't on my team. But I do remember when they were like beating Buffalo, they went in there and then they choked. Somehow they choked that game away. That
Oh, they
was
were up like what, 30 points or something back in
yeah,
'92.
yeah.
Oh,
And then they choked that big lead away. Man, that'd be so painful because I was so happy because I mean my Dolphins were already up. I was like, well, at least freaking Buffalo is gonna be done. And nope, they weren't done. They came back and they won, but it is what it is. So I was thinking, oh, Houston's gonna beat them because they were way out ahead. That's crazy. And then that's like one of the all-time
especially when Kelly went down, you figure, well, that's the nail in the coffin now for sure.
Yeah. And then Frank Wright. Well, that man's was famous because he had a big comeback in college too. So that he was what he
That's
was
just
known.
Carolina's owner. Do you think he fired Wright? Do you think that was fair?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He couldn't even survive a
No, no,
first year. No.
yeah. You got to give him at least 1 year, just grace, right, to get things.
Usually,
yeah. Hey, Michael K, our resident Bill fan, is now in the room. But hey, it's all like I say, all is welcome. So but yeah, no, I think that I'm happy he's not our owner. That Carolina owner, Tepper, whatever his name is, he is
Yeah,
very hands-on. He's gonna fire guys within a year. I think he's the one that wanted to take Bryce Young over CJ Stroud. Now he's hearing all the it looks like it's a bad pick and whatever. And then, but then he had to try to defend it. Well, we were all on the same page. We all wanted Bryce Young. Bryce Young may end up being the baller of the year. And, just like people wanted to throw Tua under the bus after his first year when it looked like Herbert was an all world quarterback. You got to let these times, it's not over yet. Bryce Young could end up being, a good quarterback. But when CJ Stroud is smattering every NFL rookie quarterback number, it's going to make you question who you picked number one and that you traded up to get to pick number one.
yep.
Yeah. So
well, the Patriots won last night, so it'll be tougher for them to get Caleb Williams or Drake May. That's
God.
good.
Thank God, right?
I know. I can't believe I know because Scotty's been saying all along that New England's tanking. So I was actually surprised they went in there and won last night. So, because
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Brian Flores, didn't it?
yeah, yeah, I know exactly. But what's funny, man, they came out on fire that offense. Then they end up scoring nothing again the rest of the game, but they held on to win. But I see because I went to bed, man, because I was like, I'm not gonna watch this game. I don't really even care about. I'm not staying up late for it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe like New England went and put 3 touchdowns so quick on them. I'm like, holy crap. This is supposed to be one of the worst offensive in history. How bad could Pittsburgh defense be if they're doing this? But then that's it. They never scored again. But man, they put up 3 quick touchdowns.
I was kind of low key thinking that. I was like, dang, Pittsburgh needs to be the last seed so we can play them.
I know that's what I was saying. I would love to get to have to play them if that was good.
I don't think Pittsburgh may win another game without their quarterback.
It does look ugly, doesn't it, man?
That's going to help Buffalo get in the playoffs, maybe.
Possibly.
Or Denver. There's a lot of teams ahead of Buffalo, not just Denver. There's Cincinnati that's ahead of them with the tiebreaker, and their backup looks good.
He looks real good, yeah.
Anyway, it should be interesting.
No, it should definitely be an interesting. It should be an interesting weekend. Now without the Dolphins playing on Sunday, it's just like one of those like, oh, what do I do? Hang out with the family a little bit, maybe go fishing, do something. It's just always weird when it's the NFL season, but with no Dolphin, like either on a bye week or they played on Black Friday. So there's always been that occasional Sunday without Miami Dolphins football during the football season, and that's one of these weeks. So we got to wait till Monday night to see our teams, rock it at the Hard Rock. So but like you said, outside of the Kansas City Buffalo game, I don't even know what other game do I have huge interest in. I don't even know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, let's see what's on the schedule this week.
Well, the rooting guy, who's ever Denver's playing, root for Denver to win. If you want the Bills out, look at all the teams. Indianapolis. Don't they? Indy maybe plays Jacksonville. I could be wrong.
Jacksonville plays at Cleveland, so
maybe go for Cleveland.
And I think Cleveland might very well beat them. So
yeah, they got Jacksonville's finished without Lawrence, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
How is Trevor Lawrence trending?
They say, I'll let Don take it. Go ahead.
Well, they're saying he could play this week, but I'm also looking here that Indy's playing at Cincy, so this weekend is going to say a lot about who's plays in the postseason too.
Yeah, no, that's a big game for that just a big week for that division this week. So,
Yeah.
and let's see who else do we got. Really, like I said, uh, I'm looking at the schedule and well, the Eagles at Cowboys, but nothing to do with our conference. But that's a big game. That's on.
LA, root for LA over Baltimore. We got to watch that one at one.
Definitely.
LA
I know, too bad
Rams.
it's in. Too bad, but the Rams aren't that bad actually. So there's a chance, but it is in Baltimore. So
I know, but the Rams, I know they got Stafford's back, I believe, and they could do it.
Aaron Donald, get back there.
They want to make the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Let's see who. Yeah, let's see. I'm looking at because people are saying names. They're saying Denver. Let's see who's Denver at Chargers. Yeah, they're gonna have Denver's have to beat Chargers to stay within the playoff pictures. And who else? I just going back to names I'm seeing dropped in chat to see who they're playing this week.
Denver plays Kansas City in Denver, which is great for Miami. They're a bad matchup for KC. Denver matches up well, I think, against KC.
Yeah. Well, I think they've already played them twice this year, haven't they?
Oh, I think we got one more to go.
Do they?
I thought they already played them twice. I know they. I don't know. I would look and see. Yeah, you're right. You might be right. So they have to play them one more time. I go look. All I know is I want my Dolphins to keep on winning. I know Michael K doesn't want that, but everyone else.
I just want the number one seed, and ideally Buffalo out, so Michael K cries.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
know.
they did play Denver twice. So Denver beat them once, and they beat Denver.
Already
once.
done. Oh,
Yeah.
KC's
Yeah.
got their remaining schedule is at Green Bay. Wait. Down to Buffalo, New England, Las Vegas, at home and Arrowhead, and also the Bengals at Arrowhead and at LA Chargers to finish out.
Yeah, they did. So that's what I thought. But no worries, Jordan. As we know, we all you had me questioning, but no worry, Jordan. But yeah, hey, it doesn't matter. They did lose one and they lost.
well, now I'm revising. Maybe we should be going for. I hate to say it, Buffalo, because Kansas City schedule's a joke. If we want the number one seed.
Well, the Raiders could beat them, and so could Cincy. I think they got a chance.
Yeah. Hey, you're right, man. There are chances. I would have been a lot. Hey, but that Brown Lee boy, he balled the other night against Jacksonville, man. On that, yeah, I couldn't believe the numbers he looked good out there, man.
That was friggin' impressive. Yeah.
Browning, if he keeps this up, maybe some team will probably try to trade for him.
Yeah, I know that's what happens. That's what happens a few years back. Wait, I mean, more than a few years back now. But like when Scott Mitchell backed up Dan Marino back in the day, and Scott Mitchell showed some, and then everyone, Scott Mitchell is going to be the next great thing. And
same with AJ Feely. Remember that? Sorry, I had to say the name. He played great in Philly, backing up Donovan McNabb.
Jay Fiedler.
Yeah, no, exactly.
In Jacksonville.
Fins up, Derek. Yeah, fins up, Derek. Here, guy. I was so Derek. He loves these old school jerseys. Look at that old AJ Dewey jersey there, man. Really sharp looking stuff here. So good stuff. Got it from digging in the trenches. He has all that under the radar stuff. So
that must be 70s, right? Before I watched the team.
No, he played, he late 70s, early 80s. He played. Like I said, he was the big star of the 1982 AFC Championship game. He came out of LSU. Adam Joseph Dewey, better known as AJ Dewey. And he was a star, man. He was really good. And that's when I became a fan. So you always remember those guys. A lot of people won't even know who. When I say I drop an AJ Dewey reference, some of them give me a double take. The younger crowd, the crowd in here that's been around for a while, they know the name, of course.
I miss Brian Cox, hated by Buffalo, most hated Dolphin player ever in Buffalo.
No, I remember. Yeah, he flipped off the Buffalo crowd, but then I remember he was ready to take on a whole team's bench. I think it was Cincinnati back, and I forget. I don't know. He was ready to go take on because he got mad. He was ready to go take on the whole team. He played with a passion.
Cops escort him into the hotel, and they were on the floor. I remember back in '95, the playoffs, because of all the death threats that he was
Yeah,
getting.
I know.
And he
Hey,
loves it. He seemed to relish in it.
yeah, I know. It's just it's insane, man. But yeah, he's another good name from the past that just got it done for the Dolphins. He was just one of those ballers out there. He went out there, wore number 51 for the Miami Dolphins. He's still the number 51 I think of when I see 51 for the Dolphins, just because of that baller mentality he brought each and every week. And you need some guys like that on the team, and it's exciting. And that's why Kristen Wilkins is that baller this year too. He's always running around the field and doing things, played a different position, but you just get some of these guys that, man, are just outright ballers, and they want to win at all costs, and it's great to see.
Cam Wake.
Are you resigned to him gone? I am, due to financial constraints.
Who's that?
Wilkins.
Yeah, Wilkins is probably going to be. Well, we'll see. I thought Austin Jackson might be gone, and then lo and behold, they did an extension with him. So they know better. I finally have trust in the Dolphins decision makers. They're going to know when they can plug and play. They're going to talk to them like, oh, don't worry so much about Connor Williams, or you can get another guy that we can plug and play in our scheme. Or they're going to say, no, we need Connor. He's a vital piece. We can. Fangio may say, listen, man, Kristen Wilkins a baller, but I can find another guy that can do what he can do. That's where unfortunately, that's where business meets football, because we as fans want them all back and want them all long-term Dolphins. I want AVG, a long-term Dolphin. I want Wilkins, a long-term Dolphin. I want Connor Williams but somewhere you do got to make those decisions, and it's just not, feasible that you're going to keep all those guys. So that's
And
where, that's where business meets the game.
And doesn't it seem like if a team is winning, there's a way to do it? Because look at Dallas with all these stars they got on their team, and also Philadelphia. Seems like there's a way to make things happen somehow, some way to keep your stars in place.
No, you can. You can rework contracts, because they could have reworked Christian Wilkins' contract this year and actually freed up money for next year. But, it's just they didn't take that route. So we'll see, man. They know what they probably can get away with. And I have more confidence in them now on how they manage things. And I've been hard on Chris Greer over the years. I still he has to prove to me we can win a playoff game. And I would give him his kudos. But I do think he can get it done, get the numbers working, and still keep a lot of talent on this team moving forward. Because
Michael K says, "I got to get off the bong." They played twice. I'm paraphrasing. Michael K, your team
That's
is
just Michael K,
6-6,
man.
buddy.
It's okay. It's coming from Michael K. His
team is
crazy
6-6.
stuff,
He's so upset and disgruntled.
No, that's just the Midwestern attitude right there, man. That means he likes you.
Yeah, I know. Hey, no, Christian Wilkins, you're right. He says he wants like that big money now, because there were rumors that Miami offered him over 20 million, and he wants like 25, 26. So yeah, he's definitely not going to get that from our Dolphins, I don't believe.
No, he's not going to get there.
No way. He wants to reset the market. He wants to be like Sue. No way.
Yeah,
no way. That again.
You never know, though. On the open market, teams overpay all the time, so some team may pay him.
Yeah, you just need one idiot. So maybe the Raiders, they got tons of money. A team like that, yeah, sure, he'll get it. You just need one.
Yeah, and we'll draft somebody.
Yeah.
No, that's the position. Like I say, that's really questionable.
Or Don, what they could do,
SoCal with the good 4-1-1.
Yeah.
What they could do is they could just re-sign Davis. I've thought that he would make a better end in a 3-4 than a nose tackle. That's just me, but
yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. And to me, Van Ginkel right now, we need to strike while the iron's hot, man. We need to lock him up long term.
I know because we brought him back for that 1 year contract. He's like a guy that should be a Dolphin for a long time. I know if
Yeah,
Justin of digging in the trenches is still in here would agree. He scouted him in and out of college and all that when all these people were, knocking him. And he was, why I like guys like him because he has a good story, like you heard on Hard Knock. He wasn't even heavily recruited coming out of college. He never gave up the dream, went from one small college to another small college, finally got noticed and got his chance at Wisconsin, and he never looked back. Some getting drafted by an NFL team, by our Miami Dolphins, and every chance he gets, he
here he is.
plays. He makes plays. And,
Exactly.
and we got a lot of stories like that. And I think Mike McDaniel loves those stories. That's why he loves himself from Raheem Mozart. Mozart was cut by so many teams, never gave up. River Craycraft was cut by so many teams, never gave up the dream. You got guys that, this is their life. They got that taste and they want to be here. And to me, it's just when you get players like that, it just adds to the mix. You get those underdogs on your team, and they're out every Sunday to prove people that they were wrong about their evaluations.
Definitely. This team
Yeah.
totally fits McDaniel, man. That's why they call him Miami Mike.
Yeah, no. Well, Mike McDaniel, we finally found our coach. I mean, it is good. Uh, yeah. So now he's taking a shot at you. He's saying that Buffalo's not in the Midwest. Dolphins. So there. Now you opened your mouth. So,
Okay, get your ass up here.
but don't worry. I want to know what he thinks of his coach. Listen, his own head coach says crazy stuff. So it's all. I don't know if he goes picks on his head coach as much.
Buffalo's totally Midwest, man. I challenge you. Take a Buffalo accent and compare it to somebody from Indiana. I
Yeah,
guarantee you, it's
I
like,
think you just meaning geographic rise. If you look at a map, they're not Midwest.
oh yeah, freaking
Yeah,
picky, picky, picky.
I
you
usually
heard
think
Michael
about
K. What your coach is accused of saying. I'm sure Michael K. It's been all over the media, so we will see.
I think we got a chance at Van Ginkel.
We gotta. That's one I'm gonna pound the table for that guy.
Yeah, I
He'll
want him
definitely test
back,
free
man.
agency, though.
Yeah.
He will test free agency like he did this year. He came back to us. Allegedly, you don't hear it too often. But supposedly New England, I know it's not the greatest team to mention right now because they're bad. Supposedly New England had offered him a very similar, if not slightly better offer to go up to New England, but he chose to stay in Miami because they were both 1 year offers. And maybe he was like, well, it's only a 1 year offer. I might as well stay where I'm already at. Who knows? But I'm sure he's thankful every day he chose the Dolphins over this New England team. That's for sure.
So
Yeah.
whatever they give him, they got to be cognizant of the fact that Jalen Phillips' contract's going to be up in 3 years or less than that, 2 years, and other
Yeah.
guys. So that's the way they got to think.
No, I know. That's why they're always looking ahead, always planning like, well, we got this guy's expiring contract. And sometimes it's a good thing because they know it's a bad expiring contract that they want to get out of. And then sometimes it's like, oh, we want to keep this guy and his contract's about to expire. So, hey, there's some people that get paid a lot more money to make these.
Yeah, it's like the Fleetwood Mac song, "Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow."
No, you're right, man. It's just, that's what they have to do. They have to keep, as much as they enjoying the winning now, they always have that eye on the future because they know it's always involving, in the future, the evolving process. So it's fun stuff. So
We can all say
you
that
know,
X is gone though, eh?
yeah.
Oh, he
Oh,
won't
yeah, I
be
would think
back.
so too.
I don't think he's back. That's just. What do you think?
I think this is the last year as a Dolphin. I hope he just retires. To be honest with you.
What Xavier Howard we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But hey, he's been playing decent,
Oh,
and I know if they do move on from him and he still wants to play football and all that, they would have to cut him post June 1st, so we won't have that money right away because from Scotty, if Scotty's still in here, he can look at the cap. But I think that's one of the ones that we would have to do a post June 1st cut. It doesn't make sense to cut him right away because you're going to get too much dead money.
I mean, they drafted Cam Smith. They got Kohu.
Yeah,
Kohu, I think, is under contract for another couple of years.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's why they had their eye on the future of that Cam. That's a perfect example of it. They know that okay, we got Xavier's contract that we can get out of soon. So let's get a young
Ogba's
guy,
gone.
Get an up and running guy.
They can
That's
make
what
it
I'm
work.
hoping, Derek. I hope AVG isn't going anywhere. I want him re-signed here. Scotty, we're talking about Xavier Howard contract, like when you can move on from him. I know
Scotty.
Ogba is the one guy, even though he's played well and been given up this chance to play in now that Phillips has been hurt, but he would be the highest paid player basically on one of the marks that you can get off your team. So I see him. Doesn't mean we can't rework his contract and bring him back, or see how much he gets on the open market. But I see us moving on from Ogba in the offseason.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, Van Ginkel, I think, is going to try to get about $15 million a year.
Yeah.
Does that seem reasonable? 15 mil?
Yeah. He's worth every penny of that, I think, the way he's playing right now.
See, that's why I thought, how about after June 1st, Scotty? Because it says X is a 27 million dead cap hit. He isn't going anywhere. So that's why I know. That's why I knew it was high, but I was thinking maybe I know Barry Jackson. He's normally on top of those things. He was saying like post June 1st is a little bit. Yeah, and then remember we do have a dead cap hit. Goes Byron Jones next year too. I know Byron Jones. I know all those.
Oh shit, man! I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know. That's why. All right, because he says everyone keeps saying X is gone next year, not possible. Scotty's pretty much on that, but I did read something about maybe June 1st. If
Barry Jackson is very smart for the Herald. He looks at all that stuff too, and I thought I'd read something they can get out of X from him too.
Yeah, well, maybe via trade. It may have to be. I think that's what Barry Jackson said. Yeah, it would have to be like via trade, and I don't know if any guy would take on that contract from Xavier. So,
well, you just need one. You always need just one team that they think this guy can put us over the top.
Yeah, no, that's true. But hey, overall, man, it's a good time to be a Miami Dolphin fan. Our Dolphins are out there. They're winning. We're sitting on top of the AFC East. And, we're the beast of the East right now. And as much as Mike OK doesn't like to admit it, it looks like their reign of AFC East champions might be coming to an end sooner than they would like. We haven't wrapped it up yet, but we got a 3-game lead on them. They just have to keep the magic number is that 3. So any combination of Dolphin wins and Buffalo losses that equal 3 means the Dolphins win the AFC East. And that's
I just like to say to Michael K. Edmonds, he says got 17 million, but with no state income tax and a place like South Florida, Van Ginkel's got 2 kids and a wife. You think he wants to uproot his family and move if Miami gave him 15 million? And I mean, the teams in teams in Texas and Florida, they get it easier than other states, especially Illinois. They have high taxes, I understand, in Illinois and New York State and stuff like that.
No, there's definitely states that have a lot more. Yeah, so he's saying you're right now. It's you, Dolphin Bites, to put it up there. Yes, you guys beat us 48-20, Michael K. But on the last game of the season, if we beat you, then what's the reality? And don't tell me, well, because we won't be playing for anything at that point. You guys may be very well playing for your playoff life that last game.
And we'll probably be playing for the number 1 seed overall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hey.
I'm looking at this flow track on the X, man. That looks ugly. I don't know. He's signed till 2027.
Yeah. Hey, I know. Let's see. What did Michael say? Oh, AVG is not going to get 15 million. Okay.
What is he going to get, Scotty?
I don't know. Let's see. Everyone's saying AJ was gone 16 to 18. Right now, everyone is overvaluing free agencies and fan more. Well, I don't know, but I do know teams overvalue guys in free agency when it actually becomes the open market and they don't want to lose out on a guy. So that happens too. So
Yeah.
he ever says you ever hear of refunds on your tax excuse? He goes, well, you get tax refunds, so we will see. Uh, Scotty says my guess is 10 to 12 million on the high end for AVG.
Oh,
Well,
if that was the
guys,
case, I would sign him right now.
Yeah, that's what
yeah,
I'm saying. Let's go ahead and strike.
Come on, Scotty.
Let's get it.
yeah.
Make it
Hey,
happen.
we will see, man. He might, he may test the open market, but hopefully we can get him at the number Scotty says, and that will be great. Guys, it's time to say goodbye once again. Whenever a little over, came in here with the whole intent of doing this panel show, getting enough of you guys in here. I can do a panel show from time to time because for months it was just me talking to myself in here almost, with Justin as my co-host before he got busy hours in the morning. So it was like we were talking to ourselves only. Now and I get enough people that we can do fun panel shows from time to time. So I appreciate you guys hitting those thumbs up for me all the time to get my channel discovered. So it's a lot of fun. Oh, there we go.
All
Hey,
right.
Joe. Hey, there's Joe. He came. Joe. He came in late, but it's still great. A big fins up to you, hooked up, Joe. Thank you for joining us. And we got a Facebook. I love the Facebook. Hey, yes, Jamie Hazelwood. Big fins up to you over there on Facebook. You rock for coming in here, and I appreciate it. I don't. It's not as interactive at Facebook as it is on YouTube because I can't even see who's really watching unless they hit a thumbs up or comment. Here I can see how many people are in YouTube to talk to and stuff. But on Facebook, I need a comment or a thumbs up to know there's people out there. So thank you, Jamie Hazelwood. I didn't
Is
have.
there a show tomorrow? You going to do another Saturday show
Yeah. Well,
before
I
the
would do a
game
Sunday show and a Monday show. So that's
and
why I
a
said I
Monday
didn't.
before the game? Okay.
Yeah, and definitely Monday before the game and Sunday just to talk whatever. So now I'm going to wrap up. But I had to cover one more minute when Hooked Up Joe and a Facebook fan, Jamie, came in to give me a big hello. So I like it. So thank you, Jamie. And yes, we could do kudos to Jamie. Maybe this will show up. I'm trying to kudos to Jamie. Let's see if it shows up over there on Facebook. I know it does on YouTube. So yeah, see, I think it does show up over there. So thank you so much, Jamie, because we're trying to get that Facebook crowd going too. But anyway, guys, a big thanks up to you, Don and Jordan, and all the guys that showed up in the chat today. As always, too many of you to name because you guys are making this fun. Hooked Up Joe, you came in late, but you're still great, so I love it. Scotty always with the facts, and Justin, getting me my AJ one more time, getting me my AJ Dewey jersey. So I can't complain about that. So life is great, man. Thank you,
definitely,
Jamie. You guys are great too. And
definitely
let's
thank
see,
you
one
for
more.
letting me
We
up
can't
there.
leave without one more comment from Michael K ripping us all. So let's see. It's funny. Dolphins have to share the spotlight with a second game on a Monday. Oh well, Michael K. But the one thing we don't have to share the spotlight on is the AFC East lead. So we are good on that spot right there. All right,
Michael,
guys.
you'll be crying if Kansas City wins. You'll know the season's over.
Yeah. Hey, it's all good. I agree. I want Buffalo to be gone. Yeah. So
No, I kind of
it's
want to face him in the playoffs.
you're cruising for a bruise. I just want well, we will beat them in the playoffs, but hey, we
Exactly.
will see. Michael, Raphael Courtwright, better late than never. A big fins up to you, sir. Guys, make sure you nail those like buttons. But guys, without further ado, I'm gonna close out here. Don and Jordan, special kudos to you for coming in
Yeah.
and helping me do a panel show today.
Thanks.
Michael K, kudos to you. Scotty, Joe, Jamie, and all the names I probably forget that you can yell at me later that I forgot you. Back It Up Ben's podcast. Guys, he has a great show. Go check out his channel. He puts out good shows, quick little hard-hitting videos. You gotta like it. It's really good stuff. So, and digging in the trenches, of course, my AJ Dewey connection. So that one, and Ray Finkel, banana. I probably messed up the name, banana. But anyway, you know who I'm talking about? Timothy. There, I think I covered everyone, so I'm good. And J and G Man. Oh, I forgot about our G Man almost. And Ray Finkel. See, I really got to go through. And Adam, man, dude, you guys all rock. So thank you so much. Dolphin Don, what's your prediction if I don't see you again before? If I don't see you Monday morning, what's your early gut feeling for the final score of Dolphins versus Titans?
I think it's going to be 42-12. But now I want to
42 to
preface.
12. I love it,
Yeah,
man. I
yeah.
love it, man. That is awesome. 42 to 12.
And I think Mike White's going to play.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be doing cleanup out there. Yep.
Again, that'd be the second week in a row. Hey, he's done it a couple times this year. He did it in a couple games I was at. He did it against the Broncos and so it was good. I think the Panthers too. And then the Broncos, he threw a long touchdown pass. And then the other one, he threw a pick six. And then this game, they didn't really have him throw other than that little shovel pass. That was like a good game. Jay with a 45-16. Jamie a 38-13. Well, I gave a 38 too, but I gave them one more touchdown when I made my prediction on this Finn show. I said 38-20, so very close to Jamie's score. And then, 5 to 6 sacks. I would love that, man. I love getting to that quarterback when our Finns are on the field on defense. So that would be great. Man, you guys all had great predictions. Guys, have a great weekend. And if you're like me that did 20-something plus years of shift work, whenever your Friday is, enjoy that Friday. Because in shift work, we always used to ask each other, when's your Friday? But if it is your Friday, have a fantastic Friday. Enjoy the weekend with the family. Enjoy the Sunday with no Dolphins football. Do things that you normally wouldn't do. And then we all get to watch our Miami Dolphins on Monday night. So that is perfect. So what better way to cap off the weekend with another Miami Dolphins first down and another Miami Dolphins victory.
Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you want to know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win. Come on in and have some fun, whether we have lost or we have won for all.